Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I am Anara Tabashaliva, along with co-host Dr. Victor Fett, Dr. Katerina Shrey, and our program producer, Professor Larry Sherey. We host a weekly discussion panel on Russia's war on Ukraine with guests from Ukraine, military experts, medical personnel, academics, artists, literary figures, and relief workers. Our panel is recorded and circulated nationally and internationally. We appreciate your comments and feedback. Special thanks to Marshall University Libraries and MUIT for making this weekly event possible. If you are joining us live on Teams, please feel free to use the chat to post any question for our guest. A quick greetings to our viewers in Ukraine from Dr. Katerina Shrey.
Вітаємо наших слухачів в Україні з глибоким покліном. Ми далі свідки вашого страшного терпіння і також вашої великої сили. Дякую вам за вашу участь в нашій тижневій програмі.
Thank you, Katerina. Today's guest will be introduced by Dr. Victor Fett.
Thank you very much, Anara, and this is my pleasure to introduce to our 193rd meeting, Maria Lutsenko, who joined us from Galway, Ireland. Originally from Kyiv, a multi-talented translator, poet, composer, and performer, Maria writes and performs in Ukrainian, Russian, and English, and her lovely music, songs, and poems and images can be found on many websites and channels we will gladly put in description to this program. Thank you, Maria, for joining us today, and we greet you in a spirit of international communication, and we always are glad to show more talent and hope which springs from Ukraine across the world, notwithstanding the tragic times we live in. Maria, the microphone is yours. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, I want to tell that I'm very grateful. Thanks a million for all those people who join and who created this program, and for you personally, for all doctors, for all professors who help me and other people, other artistic people, to reach success in the artistic life and to expand intercultural understanding and to expand this intercultural environment. So, and I'm a poet, I'm a musician, and so I can tell my little story. And today I'm gonna share my way of a poet and a traveler, because traveling and poetry it's my passion. And sometimes we cannot live without writing a poem. We cannot live without traveling somewhere. And so, and I've made, when I came here from Ukraine, I've made an interesting movie about Ireland, and this is quite an interesting movie, and I offer to watch this movie, because it's all about magic of the country which invited me. And I'm also very grateful for Irish people, grateful to Irish people who invited me here, who gave me shelter, opportunity to stay here and to write poetry in silence, because, you know, all artistic people, we need silence, and we need peace to create something. You cannot create any perfect poem without silence and without relaxation. And this country gave me this shelter. I can work here. I can go on my research, my artistic research, and my scientific research, because I'm translating Irish poets, and I translate also English, Irish, and Spanish poets. And today you will have an opportunity to hear. So first of all, I want to tell you about my way. And I started my way when I came to Ireland. I came to Cork. Then I moved to Kerry. And I was living in a very distant monastery. I was living in Tibetan monastery, which is called Dzogchen Biara. And I was praying there for the peace in Ukraine. I was praying for our soldiers, for my son, who is a soldier now. He has chosen a way of a warrior. So I'm a mom of a soldier, and it is very difficult to stay quiet, to stay calm when your son has chosen the way of being a warrior, and when he's chosen the way of fighting and staying on the front line. It is a very difficult way. And I was praying for his soul and for the souls of all our other soldiers who defend our country, our motherland. And I was living there. Then I moved to Clare and the Barren. This is a region where Ronald Reuel Tolkien lived when he was writing his first book about Hobbit. If you know this Lord of the Ring, these books which are written by Tolkien. And the Barrens, exactly this valley inspired Tolkien, Roland Reuel Tolkien, on writing Hobbit. And when I stayed there, first, I was very surprised by these landscapes and by these valleys. I went through all these mountains. I was living near a very ancient Cistercian monastery of 13th century, and this monastery is called Corcomroe Abbey. Yeah, it was built in 13th, the end of 12th or 13th century, the beginning of 13th century. And I wrote several artistic works, several poems about the Barren. First was about the Barren. The second was about this Abbey Corcomroe. And I would like to just to read these poems and to share my secrets, little secrets, because all of us, we have, little miracles in this life. And for me, visit to Ireland, it was a real miracle, because when I published my first book, this book was about elves and fairies, and it was published in 2018 year. 2018, yeah, or 2019, so 2018, I don't remember exactly. And this book was dedicated to this land, to this country. I think even this book brought me here, so showed me the way to Ireland. And when I moved to Ireland, I saw all these lands, all these spiritual places, very magical places, full of folklore is absolutely fantastic. Lots of fairy tales about different secret places and sacred places. And so I described the Barren, and I was sitting and meditating on the top of the hill. This hill is called the Munin Mountain. And I wrote this poem on sitting on the Munin Mountain. Deep in the Barren's beating heart. The gloomy Barren in the mist may look unfriendly to a guest, but it can hide a hunted beast and shelter one who wants to rest. Thus, brought by grief, up on the hill, I studied enigmatic art of constant love, while holding still to feel the Barren's beating heart. I saw how hearts were bound by lust and stricken with the sin of pride, but one, so light and wild I trust, became my only secret guide. It gave me strength to stay alive, and gifted with the purest rhymes, I left my fear and learned to dive deep through the woven mountain cymes to find my way of being real. Though now we live in worlds apart, yet I remain the one to feel the beating of the Barren's heart. So This is a poem about the barren. A barren, it's a valley, fertile soils of barren, they call it. People call it because lands are very fertile soils. And the second poem, which is dedicated to this old Cistercian monastery. This is the poem, The Road to Korkomro. I wandered in the morning dew, unsure where to go. My Abbey road was running to the ruined Korkomro, whose walls were quiet and stones were shy, a place where our wishes die. I carried happily the flame you put into my heart. I didn't want to play the game where we would fall apart, but there's no other way to go, just with the flow to Korkomro. I cried for you, then all on fire I started sparkling butte. As night fell dark, I had to fight the saddest solitude. My lifeless cinder lit no more. I brought it back to Korkomro. I would go mad without your kiss and cuddles, but my God, who saw me praying, caught my wrist, reviving from the mud. He taught me love is worth a try to shine, though our wishes die. So several poems, and the third poem I wrote there in Barn. And after that, I went and I moved to the region which is called Connemara. It's Irish-speaking Gaeltacht. We call it Irish-speaking Gaeltacht. People talk Irish, speak Irish. But before that, I wrote one poem about Dandelion Field because I have found this field in Clare. County Clare is actually very lovely, and I want to invite people to join our little community. We have a community of people who are travelers and healing therapists, and we all live in different towns, different cities, but we gather together and we organize a little like traveling, like sessions, sound healing, sound therapy session for people who want to relax, who want to clean chakras, clean their just to get some energy from spiritual places. Yeah, they visit, and some people they come and they travel with us, and we are sitting in the circle, playing in front of the fire, sharing our thoughts and sharing our songs and poems, singing together, and we travel a lot. So, and there are several places, and I invite people when it's a season, and it's a now it's winter season, so the weather is not fine, not so nice, but in spring is lovely, and especially April and May is lovely. And when Ireland, everything starts blooming, all flowers are blooming. So, and you can visit Clare and go with me to Cliffs of Moher. We can visit Cliffs of Moher. We can visit Doolin. We can visit the Barren, the Valley of Barren, and I will show you all dolmens. They are lovely, absolutely gorgeous places, and they worth seeing, and they all just we deserved to visit them and to see. So, and the third poem I wrote is about Dandelion Field, about Ireland, and this field is in Clare. I found the Dandelion Field in Clare, beneath the skies whose leaden shield is falling on your mountain land. I found a dandelion field. I hope to share with you, my friend. I wish you met my sleepless eyes, got up at dawn, and left your bed before you'd hear the whistling scythe which slices every golden head. Don't wait for our judgment day. Go through the storm. If you come late, they all will turn to silver gray. My dandelions will not wait. Bashed by the wind, bent in the rain, forgiving rains their mindless crime, they will not bloom and rise again to please you at a better time. And more than just a yellow weed, the love we feel so light and great is like a dandelion field. If you come late, it will not wait. So this is the poem about dandelion field, and there are lots of other very like interesting and very sacred places in Ireland, and I'd love to introduce you this movie. I've made a little artistic movie about Ireland, only 8 minutes, not so much, but you can go to my YouTube channel, you can visit my YouTube channel and follow me, because I'm going through these all interesting places, and I'm going by foot, step by step. I don't have a car. I take the bus. I go and stay there in the grass and spend my time. Sometimes I even sleep there in the grass and stay till dawn in the tent and sit in the tent. For me, it's a normal thing. And I write my poetry there. So Ireland is very, very interesting country for me. Yeah. What else? And so I told you about my movie. I've read several poems. And now I would like to present my album also. I'm a composer, not only a poet, I'm a composer and interpreter, so translator. I love to translate, and this is my hobby. Sometimes I teach, I learn English by just rhyming. If you use your own, like if you use just dictionary, it's very, very boring to learn words using dictionary. If you rhyme, you need to find some words, rhyming them. You can learn English and know it better. So I learn English by translating poetry. I translate different poems and different poets, world-known poets. And this is my album. I published 16 songs. You can find them on Spotify or on YouTube. It's a vinyl disc, which was published in Poland. And 15 people joined this project, and they were helping me to produce this vinyl disc. But vinyl disc is quite expensive. It's expensive to buy, but all the songs, they are available on Spotify, and you can go there and listen to them, or go to YouTube, and there you will find me as Maria Vasilkovskaya. So this is my nickname for Russian poetry and Russian songs, because I write not only in English and Ukrainian, I write in Russian. I don't want to refuse from this language. I think that this is my language, and I belong to Kyiv, and this language belongs to Kyiv. This is my...
Maria, thank you. We give you a breath for a second. You read so lovely, and maybe people want to say a few words right now before not waiting to the end. But let me ask you, do you want me to play this little clip from Mary Ray? Because you are not only Vasilkovskaya in Russian, you're also Mary.
Maria Ray is my nick for Europe, because it's very short. It's convenient to remember.
And as I understand, you sing there some kind of popular jazz in your own interpretation, correct? You're writing jazz songs.
Yeah, well. I'm performing covers. So I don't write jazz music, so I write I write romances and city romances. I write my music, which I write. It's like a singer-songwriter. I'm a singer-songwriter. But I perform jazz as a performer, as a professional musician and professional pianist and singer. I sing jazz. These are songs of the very popular composer. He was living in he lived in Rio de Janeiro, and his name is Antonius Carlos Jobim. His songs were popular in early 40s, 30s and 40s. And then Frank Sinatra was singing his songs, and he made them popular in Europe. He made this music bossa nova popular in Europe. So, and I go on this tradition, and I perform them, and I translated some of them into Ukrainian language just to make them familiar to our people, and they will know all texts because they all asking, Masha, what are you singing about? What's kind of, okay, music is nice, but we don't understand. And I translated them into Ukrainian.
Let me try now to find this clip. I have it right here and share as a musical intermission. It's just a couple of minutes. Let our audience hear it with sound. Here we are.
Que nada, sai da minha frente, eu quero passar. Pois o samba está animado, é que eu quero é sambar. Este samba que misto de maracatu. É samba de preto veio, samba de preto tu.
Exactly. So this is exactly, yes, this is my passion. And my music, very sunny, very lively bossa nova. It's so sunny, and it gives so much energy to people. I love it. I really love it, and I can dance also. I can dance salsa and bossa nova. I love dancing. First, I was dancing actually. Then I started singing it. I was a dancer.
Katerina?
That's interesting, because there's an American pop star from my generation, so a long time ago, Madonna, who started out as a dancer and then became famous as a singer. I put a couple, thank you so much. What a great thrill it is to have a singer-songwriter with us on our program. And a poet just as well. I put a couple photos in the chat. One, I believe, is of the Moor Mountain that you were talking about, and the other is a still shot from the dandelion scene in your beautiful video about Ireland and appreciating all the nature and glory of Ireland. You are also a very talented video production person. These are beautiful. These are absolutely gorgeous pieces. So I have a couple questions. And then what I'd like to start with is the very first poem you read. I mean, they're all beautiful. All four were absolutely spectacular. And there's a beautiful reminder of the power of poetry, that even in these darkest times, poetry opens up parts of our hearts and reminds us that we're alive. And I'm so grateful to you for that. You made reference to, and you introduced the poem, you made reference to the folklore of Ireland and fairies and the folklore of Ireland. I'm wondering if, are you familiar with any, can you share with our audience any of Ukrainian folklore, and if there's any comparisons? I actually know very little about Ukrainian folklore. I mean, I know about Rusalki, but I don't actually, it just dawned on me as you were talking about the folklore of Ireland. I'm wholly unfamiliar with the folklore of Ukraine. Do you know anything about the folklore of Ukraine that you can share with us?
Yes, of course. And so they have, for example, here, Irish people, they have water creatures, water spirits, and they call them silky and mermaids and silkies. And there are several parallels that I found. For example, they have silkies, but silky is half a woman and half a seal. And and I will share the link on the very interesting and very captivating cartoon which is called a Song of the Sea. In Irish language, it sounds like Aurana Faragi. Aurana Faragi. And this cartoon tells us a story about a little girl she was a half a girl, half a seal. Yeah, and this is Silky and mermaids. And in Ukraine, we have the same. We have mermaids who live in the sea, and we have Mauka.
Mauka. Yes, I forgot Mauka forest.
Mauka or Nauka. They live in the waters and they live in little rivers and lakes. These are spirits of the lakes. And the tale says us that kids who die before they were baptized, for example, before baptism, like this order, when parents bring them to a church, yeah, and they put a cross on the neck. Yeah. Before that, if they died, for example, before they were given a name, they become naukas, and they become these mermaids and spirits of river. And yeah, in order to if you pray for the soul, for example, of the baby who died, you always name the soul, you give the name to the soul, or otherwise these bad spirits, they can take the soul from you, and this soul becomes a spirit of the lake or spirit of, and they are not they're not not much kind, as for example as fairies. And you know that some people, they are afraid of fairies, and in Ireland all people, they even so they make this fairy tree, which they decorate fairy tree, yeah, to please fairies, because fairies were taking milk from cows, they were taking babies from people. And that is why people here in Ireland, they have lots of different orders to please these fairies, to make them kind to people, and they decorate houses with bells, with ribbons, trees with different ribbons and very colorful ribbons. I saw here fairy trees. So our people, they also have different orders concerning this naukas or maukas or mermaids. Then we have other spirits also. Lots of folklores and fairy tales about these spirits, and different fairy tales about spirits of forests, Ukrainian forests, and they live on the trees. They live on old oaks, or in the hole of old oak, and the other. So what else? what
that's
can
it. That's very interesting. I think I'm trying to remember as you're speaking. I'm going through my mind, and I'm trying to remember. Yes. There's a poem by I think it's Taras Shevchenko, Prichinna.
Yeah, Prichinna poem. Yes, exactly.
So, and I think in that poem, are there spirits or fairies or something that like it's about, I think it's about a woman who is waiting for her beloved to return. And she doesn't know, or she doesn't realize that that he has been taken by these female spirits or something like that. There's so I had forgotten the role of folklore in the poet of like such great poets as Taras Shevchenko, and I love the fact that like contemporary poets such as yourself also incorporating folklore into their artistic experience. Yeah, wonderful. This is wonderful. Tell me about the dandelion fields. There's Latvian folklore associated with dandelions, and I know Latvia and Ireland, two different countries, nowhere near each other. Does the dandelion itself as a flower have any particular significance to you, or is it just like the beauty of that large field of beautiful yellow flowers that you say will not wait? And I love that too, and that is so true, the ephemeral nature of that. Anything special about dandelions?
No, just when just this is very very fragile flower.
Yeah.
Fragile, and the love is also so fragile, so fragile that so they become here, for example, they become white in one day. The wind can blow them, and they're gone. And you can walk, for example, on this field, and in the evening when the storm comes, they're all gone, and the just field is empty already, and just in 1 minute or 15 minutes, and everything is. So that is why this like how we say quick, very quick, quick changes. Because of these quick changes in our life, we don't notice this beauty, and that is why I just decided to attract people to these little moments, and some of them they pass through this field, and they don't look even at this field, and they just see what to get from this land, what to take from this land, or which money they can earn, or which opportunities this country gives them, and what they can take. But they don't understand this real beauty, which is priceless. You cannot buy, you cannot sell, you cannot own, make it yours. You can only describe it in several words and make this poem live forever. The only thing what you can do. If you're talented, you will make this poem. You will make this poem so that it would go on. I mean, it will exist after you, maybe maybe 10, 15, 100 years.
You've done it beautifully. You've done it. You've opened our eyes to this, and you've done it beautifully. Thank you.
Thank you, Katerina. And I think this is a moment where we would love to hear Ukrainian. And for this, I would suggest, I would ask Maria to read her translation. I have it right here on screen to share. And the poem is well known to our audience, at least it should be. It's Robert Frost's Stop in the Woods.
And you have it.
I have it on screen, and we will be glad.
Because I don't remember this poem. I remember that I translated.
We would be glad if you don't have to read it in English, but everyone knows that, or supposed to. But it would be great if you read it for us in Ukrainian as I share it.
Okay, but share, because I don't remember. I've translated
Well,
so many books.
I will share it right now.
I love Robert Frost's poetry.
Oh, wait,
West Running Brook is very, very beautiful poem. West Running Brook.
I found it. I'm sharing the screen right now.
Oh, thanks.
Go ahead.
Okay. Роберт Фрост. Зупинка в засніженому лісі по дорозі додому. Той пан, в чий бір я увійшов, чий дім в селі серед дібров, в снігу не стріне блукача, що спокою шукає знов. І для конячки дивина, де ж стріха ферми? Де вона? З-поміж ярів померзлий став, і сутінкова білизна. І брязкальця зчиняють зик, чи помилився був візник? Зітхає вітер, в отповід летить сніжинка з-під копит. Принадний бір, манкий барліг, та обіцяв не впасти з ніг. За кроком крок, за роком рік, допоки сон не звалить з ніг.
Браво!
Спасибі.
Браво!
Якщо...
This is This is an amazing experience, and I know this. I'm being very selfish talking about my own experience here. I know this poem. Everybody studies. It's a very widely studied poem in school. I am.
Both I think I know. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm to hear this in Ukrainian is amazing. And in addition to making this poem accessible to those who speak Ukrainian, to me, I'm actually fighting back tears, сльози, because it's a nice I don't know, say reminder of how beautiful the Ukrainian language is in the hands of a talented poet. This is a beautiful showcasing of what Ukrainian poetry, what Ukrainian words can do, even when they are in the service of a poem written in a different language. So bravo, дуже, дуже гарно, дуже гарно.
Thank you very much. Thanks a million. But actually, you know, it's very difficult. I have a good teacher, and he always taught me poetry, and he taught me to translate very, very close to the words, because he says that, Masha, sometimes you want to do everything in artistic manner, but being a poet, you want to put your own words, and you don't translate exactly what poet meant, but what you want to say. But you have to listen to the voice of that poet. My favorite poem which I translated is a poem of Sarah Teasdale. If you know Sarah Teasdale, he is also an American poet. Sarah Teasdale. And she is a great American poet who wrote a poem about destiny of humanity. And this poem is dedicated last days, like apocalypse time. And and I also translated her poetry of Sarah Teasdale, and I love this poem, but I have to find it somehow, so I need some time maybe. And Thomas Hardy is absolutely gorgeous poet, so he is my favorite poet.
So how do you pick the poems to translate? Because so I'm actually on the website now looking at the Sarah Teasdale poem. How do you come across how do you decide which poem to translate?
Well, I was reading the book. About people who decided these books are unnecessary, and it's called this book is called it's a tale of Ray Bradbury. He was a famous science fiction. He wrote science fiction, and Bradbury wrote a tale about, it's called 451 Fahrenheit.
Oh yeah,
it's the temperature of paper burning, paper burned, so it was a poem there of these last days of the city. There was explosion, and some of them died, and this main character, he survived, and this poem was mentioned there. But now I'm trying to find this. If you can wait a little bit, so I will find this. I will find this poem of Sarah Teasdale.
It's called, in English, it's called, you said it has to do with destiny. It's an apocalyptic
King himself, yes, there will be soft rains. There will be soft rains. There will come soft rains. There will come soft rains. This is my favorite one. And sometimes when I think, you know what, when I think about the war in Ukraine, I think that Sarah Teasdale wrote this poem as if it was about Ukrainians, and it's as if it was about our destiny. Sometimes it seems to me, and it's very scary. It scares me much, because this is not a good end. And now young people are dying. Our kids are dying, and we lose our best people, because the people who went there to fight, they're like
We can translate if you want to go to Russian or Ukrainian. I'm Victor, and I can translate.
There are translations. There are many
Patriotic.
translations.
They're very patriot. They are patriots. Patriots, and all patriots. And so, and we lose the best generation of our youth, and that is why, for me, it's very painful. It's very painful to lose these kids. And when Sarah Tisdale wrote these poems, There Will Be Soft Rains,
I have it now in the chat. Oh, you've got it. Yes, you have it. Thank you.
I found this poem, if you don't mind, because our meeting, today's meeting, is dedicated to these events also. So I don't want to be silent. I want to mention these things and to make people. I want people to be thoughtful and make them think about what is going on, and we have to join forces to stop this, because young boys, they are dying, and they have to born new kids, and so we're losing our blood and best generations. So there will come soft rains. Sarah Tisdale, I want people to hear this poem, especially those Ukrainians who live in Ukraine, my friends also. Sarah Tisdale, уривок з твору Рея Бредбері, 451 по Фаренгейту. Будуть курявий запах і лагідний дощ. В небі зойк серпокрильця, загострений ніж, скрикотання ропавок вночі з-попід трощ, шумовиння здичавілих слив уздоріж, буде лити вільшанка заливчати спів, блисне вогник, злетить на похилений тин, згине міф про війну. Ані слів, ані снів, бо загинули ми в ній усі, як один, всім однаково. Пташці й плакучій вербі не сумують по людству, по зниклій юрбі, навіть квіти весни не пізнають малі, як ми йшли з блиску світу, та й зникли з землі. Thank you very much.
Bravo.
Bravo. Thank you, Masha. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Before we have questions and comments, you promised a song.
Yes, I remember, but I still don't have this. I still don't have this equipment, and my piano doesn't work. That is why I will try to sing.
Yes.
I will try to sing a cappella.
Please do.
Would you like to hear the song in English or the song in Ukrainian? Which language would we choose to hear and to sound? Or I can sing Portuguese.
Українська.
Українська? Добре. So this song, I translate it. This is my translation of a famous romance. I love city romances because I think that this direction, it's dying. Not many people now love old romances, and that is why I work on different projects, and I'm trying to keep them, to save them, to make them alive, and to reborn them, to sing them. This is an old romance which is written by a famous poet, Anna Akhmatova, and I want to sing it in Ukrainian language now. Зазирни, завітай хоч на мить, і поглянь, як тьмянію від болю, не молю стиглих рук обігріть, і цілунків собі не дозволю, понад вечір зустрічаю зорю, взганку в кріслі пильную дорогу, чи тобі я колись докорю за останню гіркотну тривогу, не лякають з негоди земні, та немає страшнішої страти за любов, ніж ночами вісні, присмерк рідних очей зустрічати. Зазирни, завітай хоч на мить, і поглянь, як тьмянію від болю стиглих рук, не молю, обігріть, і цілунки в собі не дозволю. Приходи на меня посмотреть, приходи, я живая, мне больно, этих рук никому не согреть. Эти губы сказали довольно. Thank you very much.
Thank you. This was
Браво!
translation
Браво!
of the famous poem by Anna Akhmatova, Come
Yeah.
and Look at Me. What we call city romance in European
Sure.
tradition. And the song probably,
Kamburova.
the lyrics probably is 100 years old.
Yes,
at least.
Kamburova.
More
It's-
than 100.
Kamburova yeah, she was the best, I think. But Helen Frolova is also a good performer now. She's singing this romance, and yeah, I want to present it in English language because I want
Thank
people
you.
to know these songs, and I will share them with Irish people. I will be singing these romances to Irish people also.
We are very lucky to have had you today, and as we near the end of this hour, we will ask our live viewers for more comments or questions. We have time. Please,
Yeah.
anyone who wants to ask. I have too many questions myself, but please, whoever wants to say a few words, you're welcome to.
Mm.
Sergey,
Mhm.
welcome. Pan Kamyshan is my old friend who is in Kyiv now. Please.
Mhm. Yeah.
Please, Serge.
Thank you, Maria, for your report and for your kind
Also,
poems,
hello.
for your music. I have a very specific question. One of your artistic names is Maria Vasilkovskaya. Do
Vasilkovskaya.
you have any connection with the town of Vasilkiv near Kyiv?
No, it's my street where I live. I live in on Vasilkovskaya Street in Kyiv. It was the most simple.
Vasilkivska?
Huh? Vasilkivskaya. Vasilkivskaya is my house. It's
Vasilkivska,
it's based on Vasilkivska.
And
That
I
is why-
live in Galassivska. This
Huh?
is
Galassivska, yeah. So this is
Galassivska
Galassivska
street
district.
next to Vasilkivska. So we are neighbors.
Yeah, we are
Thank-
neighbors. I live near this near this park, and it was very simple to have this name, get this name. Yeah, in case I'm famous, people don't need to change tables. We were laughing at in case Masha is going to be famous and they want my name on just the streets. They don't need my name on the street. It will be already the name. The street is named already. And we were all laughing. It was just a joke. We were joking, but sometimes who knows what happened? What can happen in this life? Yeah. So it's the name of my street.
Thank you. Thank you so much. More questions or comments, please, as we near the end of this recording. We definitely are lucky to have you here today. We rarely have
I'm very grateful for
inspiring
you.
people like you.
And I would like people to come to hear my songs which I perform in YouTube channel. There is a YouTube channel, Vasilkovskaya. There is Apple Music, and we've released this album everywhere, except Bandicams. So we have a SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, and other services, other platforms. And you can listen these songs, and you can leave your comments. Leave your comments. Don't be ashamed, because so when I have some response, for example, I understand that I have a meaning of life, and I can go on, and I have a power and will and forces and like just strength to go on, because I understand that I didn't waste my time. That is why just leave comments and let's share our art.
Thank you. We like this opportunity to share also, and we would love to have you back again at some moment. And
may I tell? Sorry to interrupt you. Sorry that
yes, please.
interrupt you. I have just an announcement. Here where I live in a very artistic family, and people whom I live with, they also are very, very talented. Father and a son. And the boy, who is 14 years old, his name is Jack Walsh. He agreed to take part in this event you organize and be a part of your community. And he wants to present his book. He's 15 years old now. And he wrote a book about Christmas, and it is called Jingles, Christmas Adventure. And Jack Walsh is young singer. He is a singer and an actor, and now he is learning. He is studying at school. He is a pupil, but I want to introduce him and his books, and maybe the next time when we have our meeting, and I can be maybe a part of a member, and I will be here. So in spring, in winter, not now, no, not in autumn, maybe after Christmas. So because this book is dedicated to Christmas, and it's all about Christmas, and this is Jack, a little child here. He is a little child. When he wrote this book, he was quite young. Now he's a teenager, and so this boy is like he is my hero.
Maria, take a look in the chat. I believe I got the correct link from Amazon for his book.
Yes, exactly.
Okay,
yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
This is Jack Walsh, and he may join our company next session.
Wonderful.
Lovely.
Great. Absolutely great. We love to have talented people.
He agreed, and he's ready to join our community in Christmas.
Thank you so much, Masha, and thank everybody who was here today. I would like Katerina to say a few words to our viewers, as is our tradition. Please.
Дорогі браття і сестри в Україні, ми зберігаємо вас у наших щоденних думках і молитвах. Нехай милосердний Бог тримає вас у своїй опіці. До наступного тижня прощаємося.
Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Слава Богу!